Hi, welcome back to Concept Mastery on Decimals Part 1. So for this topic, we will have two lessons, alright, Part 1 and Part 2. But each lesson will be about 30 minutes or even lesser. But sometimes we may stretch over 30 minutes, alright, depending on the contents. Alright, so let's look at the first part of the lesson, and we'll look at place value, alright, values and stands for. So when you see place value, what do they refer to? They refer to words, okay, words like thousands, hundreds, tens, and so on. So place values refer to words. Alright, so if you look at the number that's given, alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.6 or 5, 5, 6, 7. So that is your decimal, right? Once you see a decimal point, alright, a decimal point, that means that is a decimal already. So let's look at the place value one by one. So if you look at the 1, right, the digit, what is the place value of the 1? That is in the thousands place. And then the 2 is in the hundreds place, and the 3 is in the tens place, and the 4 is in the ones place, right? So this is what you learned in primary 1, primary 2. Alright, then when you come to P4, there's a decimal point. Alright, there's a decimal that you have to look at. So how do you recognize the other place value? Like you have the tenth, you have the hundred, and the thousand. So students have mistakes. Sorry, they make mistakes when they get confused by the place values. But it's actually quite easy to prevent the confusion. So what do you do? Now, if you look at the ones, can you look at the ones? And the ones is like the middle, right? The middle, or I call it the cement. There's a lot of symmetry, right? A lot of symmetry that breaks, okay, that breaks or that cuts into two equal half, or two equal sides. So if you look on the left side, right, on the left side of the ones, you can see the tens, right? The tens, okay. Now the tens, and if you look on the left side, on the left side you see the tens. On the right side, you see the same. So that's like symmetrical, all right, something identical. And but however, you have the tenth, right? You have the tens, and then you have the tenth. There's a th. So what is th? Now th refers to decimal already, all right? Decimal. So which means that it is one decimal place. So if you see the word tenth, that is your one decimal place. And then you keep going to the left side. There's a hundreds place. Then you go across, right, on the other side, which is the right side. You see the hundreds also, right? So they are the same, right? They refer to hundreds. But you see the th again. So if you see the th, it means that it is two decimal place. All right, it has two decimal place. Later I will show you. All right, so you have the hundreds on the left side, and on the right side you also have the hundred. And then you go to the left side again, some more to the left side, you see thousands. Then you go on the right side, right, on the other side, and you see the thousand. So you can see that it's actually quite symmetrical, right? So that you don't get confused. So if you can recognize the ones, which is in the middle, and you should be able to recognize the place values for the left and the right. Okay. All right. So let's fill in the boxes. And if you are still not quite clear, we are going to fill in the boxes, and then you can see for yourself. All right. So what does 1 stands for? Now 1 stands for 1000. So you have to write numeral. When you see the word stands for, you have to write in numbers. And what does the digit 2 stands for? 200. Okay, 200. And then the digit 3 stands for 30. 3 tens. 3 tens means 30. 200 means 200. 200. What does the digit 4 stands for? 4 ones. So you have 4. Alright, then there's a decimal point there. Alright, now what does the digit 5 stands for? Now the digit 5 stands for, now I'm going to write over here, which is just, okay, to make it more clear, it stands for 0.5. Alright, 0.5, and you can see that there's one digit behind the decimal point. So that is your one decimal place. So if you see one digit behind the decimal point, that is one decimal place. And then what does the 6 stands for? 0.06, and that is your two decimal place, because there are two digits behind the decimal point. And then the digit 7 stands for 0.007, and that is your 3 decimal place. Okay? Alright? So when you see the word stands for, then you have to write in numeral. Alright, how about the value? Now value is the same as stands for. You also have to write in numeral. So what's the value of the digit 1? 1000. What's the value of the digit 2? 200. And digit 3? 30. What's the value of the digit 4? That will be 4. Alright, so these are called values. And then what is the value of the digit 5? 0.5. And what's the value of the digit 6? 0.006. And digit 7, 0.007. Alright, so from this table, you can see the new place value that you will be introduced. You'll be introduced to tens, alright, you will see tens, alright, with a th, that is your one decimal place after the decimal point. And you see hundreds, that will be your two decimal place after the decimal point. And then you have thousand, that will be your three decimal place after the decimal point. So these are the new place values that you will see in your primary 4 decimals. Okay, so let's go down to the another example, and let's fill in the boxes. Alright, so what does the digit 4 stands for? Now if you look at the place value of the digit 4, it is in the thousands place. So it stands for 4,000. And the digit 9 is in the hundreds place. So there will be 900. And the digit 3 is in the tens place. So you have 3 tens or 30. So all you have to know is when you see the word stands for, alright, when you see these two words, you have to write your answer in numeral. Alright, what does the digit 4 stands for? There will be 4 ones, 4. And then the decimal point in the middle, alright, and then what does the digit 1 stands for? There's 1/10. What is 1/10? That is 0.1. Okay, 1/10, right? What does the digit 2 stands for? There will be hundreds place, right? 100 place means you have 2 decimal places. So 0.02, right? 2 decimal places. The digit 6 stands for 0.006 because it has 3 decimal places. Got it? Alright, now the value is the same as stands for, exactly the same. So what is the value of the digit 4? That's 4,000, then 900, and then what's the value of the digit 3? 30, and 4, and decimal point, and the digit 1 stands for, or what's the value of the digit 1? 0.1, 0.02, and 0.006. Okay, alright, so to recap again, when you see the word place value, you have to write in words. Okay, you will see words as your answers. If you see the word stands for and the word value, then you have to write in numerals. Okay, alright, let's go on to the next one. Okay, now in 10.4, the digit what is in the tens place? Well, if you know the answer, you will the answer is 4. The digit 4 is in the tens place because tens place is 1 decimal, right? 1 decimal place. So you look at the digit 4. That is 1 digit after the decimal point. Okay, 1 digit after the decimal point is your tens place. Okay. All right. Now let's fill in the boxes. So what is the digit in the thousands place? No, there's no digit in the thousands place. What's the digits in the hundreds place? Also don't have, so 0. What's the digits in the tens place, which is 1? Alright, you can see the digit 1 is in the tens place. Alright, not the th, but it's the normal tens. Okay, I call it the normal tens. And then the digit 0 is in the ones place. And then you have the decimal point. And what digit is in the tens place, which is your 1 decimal place. Right, that's your 4, digit 4. And there's no digit in the hundreds place. You put a 0 there, and there's no digit in the thousands place. Okay, and you put a 0 there. Okay, all right. So what does the 0 stands for? What does the 0? All right. So this 0 stands for nothing, and then this nothing. All right. Okay, because there's no digit there, so it stands for nothing. Nothing means 0. When there's no digit, it stands for nothing. All right. What does the 1 stands for? Now the 1 stands for 1/10 or 10. What does 0 stands for? 0 ones means nothing, right? 0. What is 4 tens? 4 tens means 0.4, right? 4 tens. Okay, just remember, if you see tenth, that is your 1 decimal place. So your answer must have 1 decimal place, 1 digit after the decimal point. How about the hundreds? Nothing. Nothing means 0. And thousands also nothing. Okay. Now your value will be the same answer as stands for. So nothing, 0, nothing, 0. And the digit 1 stands for 10. The digit 0 stands for, 0 ones means nothing. Decimal point. And what is the value of the digit 4? Again, it's the same as 0.4. Okay. And then there's no 0 in the hundreds place. There's no 0 in, there's no digit in the hundreds place. There's no digit in the thousands place. So they are 0. Okay, nothing. When there's nothing means 0. Okay, all right. Okay, now let's go on to another example. Alright, so if you're still a bit confused, we just go a bit slow. Alright, just look at a few more example. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Digit 3 in 84.3 stands for what? When you see the word stands for, you have to write in numeral, which is 0.3. Alright, if you know the answer, you can put that down. Alright, so let's look at the place value one by one. So which digit is in the thousands place? There's no digit in the thousands place, right? There's no digit in the hundreds place, but there's a digit 8 in the tens place, and there's a digit 4, right? 4 in the ones place, and then the decimal point, and what digit is in the tenth place, which is your 3. And then is there any digits in the hundreds place? Nothing, don't have. And thousands place also don't have. Alright, so you put 0 there. Alright, what does the 0 stands for in the thousands place? Well, there's nothing, right? Nothing means it stands for nothing as well. Alright, so if you see nothing means 0. Alright, what does the digit 8 stands for? 8 tens, 80. What does the digit 4 stands for? There will be 4 ones, which is 4. And then decimal point, what does the digit 3 stands for? Right, 3/10, it means 0.3. Right, so the digit 3 stands for 0.3. That is your one decimal place. And there's nothing in the hundreds. Alright, there's no digits in the hundreds place, so 0. There's no digit in the thousand place, so 0 as well. Okay, value will be the same answer. Right, value. Value and stands for, they have the same answers. So you have 80, this is 4, and then decimal point, and the digit 3 stands for 0.3, and then nothing and nothing. Okay, alright, so let's go on to the last one. Okay, the last one. Now in 42.13, the digits in the hundreds place. So where is the hundreds place? Well, let's go slow. Okay, where's the hundreds place? Now if you look at the decimal, if you're confused, alright, look at the digits in front of the decimal point. That is your ones. Okay, that's your ones, which means that you put the 2 there. Alright, so every time you're confused, don't worry. You just look at the digits in front of the decimal point. That will be your ones. And then you put the 4 beside the 2, which is your 4 tens. And then the 1, the digit 1 is behind the decimal point. And the 3 is in the hundreds place. So that is where you put your digits. And there's no digit in the thousands place, in the hundreds place, don't have. And there's no digits in the thousand place. Right, so you put 0 there. Okay, then you look, the digit in the hundreds place is, what digit is that? Isn't that 3 already? Right, the digit 3 is in the hundreds place. Okay, then you look at stands for. So 0 thousands means nothing, 0 hundreds means also nothing, and then 4 tens means you have 40, 2 ones means you have 2, and then you have the decimal point. 1/10 means 0.1. Right, because it's one decimal place, so 0.1. What is one decimal place? It means that you have one digit behind the decimal point. So you should only have one digit behind the decimal point. So 0.1, and your digit 3 is 0.03, 2 decimal places. And then your there's no digits in the thousands place, so it stands for nothing. Okay, and then the value will be the same as stands for, exactly the same answer. Okay, so don't get confused when you see stands for and when you see value. Both of them will be the same. Alright, they will give you the same answers. Got it? Alright. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Okay, oh, we still have some more. Okay, so by the end of this page, I think you should be quite good at your place value. Okay, now in 21.798, the value of the digit 8 is what? Well, if you're confused, don't worry. Like what I mentioned just now, look at the digits in front of the decimal point. What is the digit just in front? Which is the 1. Right? Can you see the 1? So that is your ones place. Okay, so the digits in front of the decimal point is always your ones. Okay, that will be your ones already. Then you put the 2 beside the 1, and then the 7 is behind the decimal point, and of course the 9 and the 8. Okay, and there's no digits in the thousands, no digits in the hundreds place, so you put 0. Alright, so let's look at the stands for. What does the 0 stands for? Nothing. What does 0 stands for in the hundreds place? Also nothing. Okay, what does the digit 2 stands for? 20. 2 tens means 20. What does 1 stands for? Still 1. Decimal point. And what does the digit 7 stands for? 0.7 or 7/10. Alright, 0.7. And the digit 9 stands for 0.09. So you just have to make sure that if you if you are asked to write down what does it stands for, you have to write one decimal place. If you see 0.7, right, it's 7 tenths. 7 tenths means it is one decimal place. If it's hundreds, then it must be 2 decimal places. And if it's thousands, you have to make sure that your answer is in 3 decimal places, which is 0.08. So you will never get confused. Alright, tens, 1 decimal place. Hundreds, 2 decimal place. Thousands, 3 decimal place. Okay? Alright, now the value will be the same as stands for. So 0, 0, 20. And what is the value of the digit 1? Still 1. What is the value of the digit 7? That is 0.7. What's the value of the digit 9? That will be 0.09. And how about digit 8? 0.008. Okay? Alright, let's go down quickly. And another example. So what does the digit 7 stands for? So if you're not sure, don't worry, fill in the boxes. But how to fill in? Look at the digits in front of the decimal point. What do you see? You see the digit 1, which is in front of the decimal point. And what place value is that? Is ones. Okay? And then you put your other digits accordingly. So you have 91.728. Okay, so there's no thousands. There's no hundreds. Alright, so what does 0 stands for in the thousands place? Nothing. Nothing also. Okay, right? And what does the digit 9 stands for? That will be 9 tenths. What does the 1 stands for? 1. What does the digit 7 stands for? That will be your 0.7. What does the digit 2 stands for? 0.02. Got it? Hundreds place. 100 place means you must have 2 decimal places. What does the digit 8 stands for? 0.08. Alright, and how about value? Value is the same as stands for. The value of the digit 0 is nothing, and the value of the digit 0 in the hundreds place is also nothing. The value of the digit 9 is 90 and 1. And what's the value of the digit 7? The value of the digit 7 is what? 0.7. And the value of the digit 2 is 0.02, and the value of the digit 8 is 0.008. Okay, so stands for and value, they refer to the same answers. Okay, now what do you mean by same answers? Means you have to write them in numerals. If you see place value, or if you're asked for place value, then you have to write in words. What kind of words? Thousands place, hundreds place, tens, and so on. Okay, alright, let's go to the last table. Now you have a bigger decimal, so if you don't know which digit stands for what, or what is the place value of each digit, then don't worry, like what I always said, right? The decimal point is over here, am I correct? Right? And what is the digit in front, which is your 2? Look at the digit in front, and that will always be your ones place. Okay, ones place. Then you put your other digits accordingly. So you have 542.139. Okay, alright. And also remember that the ones is your line of symmetry, something like the middle. So if you have the left side the tens, then just opposite, you will also have the same word but with a th. And then on the left side is hundreds, then just opposite the other side, you also have hundreds but with a th. And then thousands on the other side, you also have the thousands on the right side. Okay, so then you will never get confused when you do this way. Okay, so there's nothing in the thousands place, so there's a 0 there. So what does the 0 in the thousands place stands for? Nothing. What does the digit 5 stands for? 500s. And the digit 4 stands for 40. And the digit 2 stands for 2. 2 ones means 2 times 1. And what does the digit 1 stands for? Which is 1/10. That will be 0.1. And digit 3, that will be 0.03. And what does the digit 9 stands for? 0.009, because it has 3 decimal places. Alright? Okay, so how about value? What is the value of the digit 0 in the thousands place? Nothing. Alright, 0. How about the value of the digit 5? That will be 500. And the value of the digit 4, 40. What is the value of the digit 2? That will be 2. 2 ones, 2. And what is the value of the digit 1 in the tens place? That is 0.1. So now you get your decimal already. Alright, before that it's all whole numbers. But once you cross the line of symmetry, it becomes decimal already, right? And then you have 0.03. What does the digit 3? What is the value of the digit 3? 0.03. And what's the value of the digit 9? That will be 0.009. So on the left side of the line of symmetry, on the left side you have the whole numbers, right? Without the th. If you look at the words, there's no th, right? There's no th at the back of the word. But once you cross the other side of the line of symmetry, right, then what do you see? You will see a th already. And these are your decimals already. Okay? Got it? Alright, so it's not quite hard to recognize a place value. So if you are confused, you don't know what place value is the digits, then what you should do is, you should recognize what? Recognize the digits in front of the decimal point. So the digits in front of the decimal point will be your ones. Okay, your ones. Okay, and then you put the 2, which is the digit 2, that is in the ones place, and the rest of the digits you put them accordingly in the boxes, and then you will be able to see what is the place value of every single digit. Okay, all right, let's go to the next part of the lesson. Okay, now how do we change fraction to decimal, which is very easy. Now you can see the example is done for you. 3/10 is 3/10 because it's one decimal place, right? One decimal place means what? It means that there's only one digit behind the decimal point, so that will be 0.3. Okay, 0.3. And you also can see that how do you write the fraction? You have a 3/10. There's a 10 there, so 3/10. All right, so that is your 3/10. How about your 9/10? 9/10 is a one decimal place, so that'll be 0.9. Okay, and then your 10/10. 10/10 is 10/10, and that is one whole. Or this is not a decimal, this is a whole number. So how do you change it into a decimal? You just have to put a 0.0. A whole number and a decimal, even though they are equal, but they are not they don't have the same meaning. Whole number is whole numbers. All right, decimal has a 0.0 or has a decimal point behind. Okay, all right, 2/10. 2/10 is 0.2. All right, and next one, how about your mixed number? How do you change the mixed number into a decimal? 6 ones you can actually break up into two parts. Now your 6 wholes is your 6, right? That's your whole number. You can actually change it into decimal. That will become 6.0. Then your 9/10 is 0.9, and then you just plus them together and do your working. So we will learn how to add and subtract and so on in the part 2. So when you add the decimal, you will get 6.9. So this is your decimal. Alright, after changing the mixed number into a decimal. How about the other one? Now you break up the whole number and the fraction. So you have 8 wholes, which is 8.0. 2/10, that is 2/10. That will be 0.2. Then you plus them together. That's how you get 8.2. Alright, 8 ones and 2 tens, 8.2. Alright, next one, do the same thing with the other mixed number. Break up. Alright, now when you write as 2, that is not a decimal, that is a whole number. You have to change it to 0.0, make it a decimal. And then 1/10 will be 0.1. Then you just plus them together and you get 2.1. Okay, alright. Now, how about the other one? That will be, well, some of you will tell me quickly, that will be 5.4. Now, you can do this way, but it's actually quite dangerous, right? Later on, you will see why is it dangerous. But let's break up first. 5 wholes, and then 4/10 will be 0.4. Then you plus them together. That's how you get 5.4. Okay? All right. Now, why is it dangerous to do that without breaking up? All right? Because you will make some mistakes like this. Okay, let's look at bigger decimal places. Let's look at 2 decimal places, and then let's see how we change the fraction into decimal. Now 700, you can see that it's 2 decimal places already, so it's 7/100, right? So what is a decimal? It's not 0.7, but it must have 2 decimal places now, so 0.07. So now your answer have 2 decimal places. And then how about 5600? That will be 0.56. Okay, so your answer has to be 2 decimal places. Okay, now let's go to another one. Now how about mixed number? That will be 6 wholes. All right, change it into decimal. 29 over 100 will be 0.29, and you plus them together. And now, when you plus minus decimal, usually I will not do mental sum. Okay, I will do working. So 6.0 plus 0.29, and you will see that there's something missing, right? There's a digit missing, which is the blank space over here. So you add one more zero. Okay, so you add one more zero, it becomes what? 6.00, which is also the same as 6 plus 0.29, and your decimal will be 6.29. Okay, another example. Do I want to write 2.14? Well, even though your answer is correct, but I will not do that. I will do a bit longer way, right, so that I don't make any mistake. 2 wholes, 2.0, 14 over 100, 0.14, and then I plus them together. So what do I get? 2.14. Okay, don't worry about the adding, and the next lesson we will look at how we add decimals. All right, but for this moment, you need to know how to change the mixed number into a decimal. You break up into whole numbers, right, into decimal. Whole number change into a decimal, and then you break up the fraction, and then later on you have to just plus them together and get the decimal. Okay, now why is it not a good idea to just not write the answer immediately? For example, if you look at question number 5, this is the very common mistake that many students will make. Many of you or some of you will just write 2.1 because you thought that is correct, but it's actually wrong. So what I will do is I will break up again. 2 wholes is 2.0, change it into a decimal. 1 over 100 is 0.01, and when you plus them together, it is what? So let's check. So you have 2.0 plus 0.01. You just put one more zero in the blank space, and then you plus them together, 2.01. And the answer is wrong. It's not 2.1. It's actually 2.01. So you can see that it is not a good idea to just write the answer without doing some checking, right? Okay, like question 6, another good example is not 8.4, but I will break up again. All right, break up the 8 wholes, change it into decimal, because 8 wholes is not a decimal, so you have to make it into a decimal. And then the 4 over 100, you have to change it into a decimal, right? 0.04. Then after that, you plus them together. So what do you get? 8.0 plus 0.04. All right, and put a 0 in the blank space, and you will get 8.04, and that is your answer, not 8.4. Okay, you can see that decimals can be very tricky when you start to do shortcuts which are not acceptable. Right, there are shortcuts to math, but there are some shortcuts which are dangerous. Alright, so Mr. will not go to those shortcuts, will not apply those shortcuts. Okay, now how about this one? Thousands, even bigger already, right? You have 3 decimal places. Alright, so 3 thousands means you have 3 decimal places. So you must have 3 digits after the decimal point, which is 0.003. Where are the 3 digits after the decimal point? You can see there are 3 digits here, right? So that is your 3 decimal places, alright, after the decimal point. Alright, how about the next one? That will be 0. Alright, it's not 0.92, right? It's actually, because if you write 0.92, that is your 2 decimal places. But you have thousand, which is your 3 decimal places. So this is wrong. This is 2 decimal places. You should be writing 0.092, which is your 3 decimal places. Can you see that? Right, so 92,000 is 0.092. Alright, how about again, back to your mixed number again, and it gets even more dangerous already, because you have 2 and 2 over 1000. So if you tell me, Stong, oh, I think it's 2.02, and then the answer is also wrong because if you break up 2 wholes is 2.0. 2000 or 2 over 1000, what is the decimal? 2 over 1000, that will be 0.002, right? And then if you plus them together, right, you have 2.0 plus 0.002, right? And what do you see? Put the 0 in the blank spaces, and you get 2.002, right? And that's wrong, right? It's not 2.02, it's 2.002, and that's your answer. So it's very dangerous if you don't do this way, right? If you just look at the mixed number and then just just convert into a decimal without thinking, that's where you make a lot of mistakes. All right, this is one issue. This is one common area where students make a lot of mistakes in conversion, right? From fractions to decimal. All right, the next one. Those of you who are very good already, you will know the answer, 6.021. Because why? Because there's a thousand, right? There's a 3 decimal place. So which means that your answer must have 3 decimal places in your answer. Okay, but I will still do the longer way. All right, just to make sure that you know how to do. 6 wholes change into decimal, 6.0. 21,000 will be 0.021. And then you plus them together, that's how you get 6.021. Okay? Alright, now, so you ask me, do I need to break up the fractions? If I know how to do already, then the answer is, yeah, you don't have to break out the fractions if you know how to get the answer quickly. Alright, without careless mistakes. Okay, now, let's go look at number 5. So the answer will be 9.019, right? For those of you who are fast. So how to get 9.019? Break up 9 wholes, 9.0, and the fraction will be 0.019. Why? Because it has to be 3 decimal places. Why? Because it's thousand. Right? Thousand means you must have 3 decimal places in your decimal. Then you plus them together, and that's how you get 9.019. Alright, the next one will be 5.008. Okay? But how do you get that? So again, break up 5 wholes, 5.0, and then 8 over 1000 will be 0.008. Just make sure that your decimal must have 3 decimal places because it's in thousand. Can you see the 8 over 1000? So your decimal must have 3 decimal places. Then you plus them together and you get 5.008. Okay, let's go on to the next one quickly. Oh, we overshot 30 minutes already. Okay, never mind. Let's continue. Alright, so this is another common area where students make a lot of mistakes. Alright, this is another one very big area where you need to understand and get it right. Now, many of you will write down 7.24 because that's what you see, right? 724, so 7.24. But is that really correct? Now, to do this, you have to do something first. You have to change all the words into numerals. So 0.7, 710 is 0.7, 200 is 2 decimal place, so 0.02, 4000 is 3 decimal place, so you must have 3 decimal place, 0.004. So can you see it's not that hard to change? Tens means you have 1 decimal place. Hundreds, then you must have what? 2 decimal place. Thousands, then you must have 3 decimal place. Then finally what do? You just plus them together. So 0.7 plus 0.02, 0.004, and then you add them. And you put the 0 in the blank spaces. So you have 0.724, which is the answer. So this answer is wrong. So it's 0.724. Alright? That's how you should be doing. Alright, another one, 5 ones. 5 ones is 5 times 1, okay? And that's a whole number. You can change it into a decimal. 9 tens will be 0.9. 3 thousands will be 0.003. Alright, so you have 3 decimal place. Alright, then you plus them all together. So 5.0, and when you add decimal, how do you arrange the decimals? You make sure that your decimal point is in a straight column, right? Straight line. So you have 0.003. So can you see the decimal point is a line? Okay, it's like it's one below the other, the decimal points. So put the 0 in the blank spaces, and then you plus them together. 3, 0, 9, and 5. So what's your decimal? What's the answer? 5.903. Okay, all right. So it's not 5.93, it's not 59.3, but it's 5.903. Okay, another example quickly. 2 tens, change it into numeral. That is your whole number. You just add 0.0 in front to get a decimal. 400s will be 400 will be what? 400 will be okay, let me just try again. Okay, let's write down again. 2 tens is 2 times 10, 20. Change it into a decimal. That will be 20.0. And then your 400, that's when you see a TH. it means that you have to write in decimal, which is 2 decimal place, 0.04, 3000, right, there's a th again, so you have to write in 3 decimal place, so 0.003. Then you just add them all together, so 20.0 plus 0.04 and plus 0.003, and before you add, put 0 in the blank spaces, and now you can do your adding. So 20.043. Okay, so don't worry about the adding. In the next lesson, we will look at how we add decimal, but your answer will be 20.043. Okay, so be very careful that you don't do mental sum, because decimals are very tricky, so you should be doing the working. How about 1/10? There's a 1 decimal place, 0.1. What is 500? That will be 0.05. Alright, okay, so your 10th 1 decimal place, it means that you have 1 digit behind the decimal point. And then 500, it means that you have 2 decimal place, so you must have 2 decimal places, okay? And you must have 2 digits behind the decimal point. Alright, how about 2000? That will be 0.002. That is 3 decimal place, so 3 digits behind the decimal point. Then you plus them together, 0.1, 0.05, and 0.002. So you add them, put the zeros in the blank spaces, and you will get 0.152. So you can see that the answer is very much different when you write 1.52, 15.2, it's wrong. Alright, so you have to change all the words into, all the place value, change all the words into numbers, and then you just add them together. Alright, quickly, let's look at one more. 5 ones, so you have 5.0. 5 ones means 5. 1/10 will be 0.1. 300 will be 0.03. 8,000 will be 0.008. And then you add them together, 5.0, put the decimal point below the decimal point on top, right? Put the decimal point one below the other, and then 0.03, then 0.008, and you add them, and remember to put the zeros in the blank spaces so that it's easier to plus, and you have 8, 3, 1, and 5. So your numeral or your answer is 5.138. Okay, alright, quickly the next one, 8/10. 8/10 will be 80. Alright, 80, change it into a decimal, add a 0.0 there. 7/10 will be 0.7. 2000 will be 0.002. Okay, and then what do? Add them all together, 80.0, 0.7, 0.002, and plus them. And don't forget to put the zeros in the blank spaces, and you have 80.702, and that's your answer. Okay, so not that very hard, right? Okay, last two. Oh, last 4. Alright, so maybe you may want to pause here and see whether you can do it on your own before you look at the video. Alright, so you may want to pause and just do on your own first. Okay, so once you are done, let's check the answers. Okay, so you have 2 ones, 2.0, 5/10 will be 0.5. I hope you got all this correct. 200 is 0.02. 9,000 will be 0.09. Okay, once you get all this correct, then the next step is to plus them all together. 2.0, 0.5, 0.02, 0.009, and add them. And don't forget to put the zeros in the blank spaces. Now, if you never do this, most likely your answer will be wrong. So make sure you go through this process. Okay, and your answer is 2.529. Never do mental sum. Okay, never tell Mr. Tong that, oh, this is 10.97, 10.907. Don't do guessing, right? Because it's not the way to do it. The way is to do what I'm doing, right? 10.0, 0.9, 0.007, and then plus them all together. Alright, like this. Okay, and if you are very good, you can do faster already. So you can just add all the digits together, 7, 0, 9, and 10. So your answer is 10.907. Okay, alright, so last two. Now, 2 ones. 2 ones is 2.0 decimal, right? 2 tens will be 0.2. So watch out for the TH. Once you see a TH, it means that you must have a decimal point already. Once you see a TH. But if you don't see a TH, then that is your whole number. Okay, your normal whole number. Right, 400, again, there's a TH. So that'll be 0.04. 3000, there's a TH again, so 0.003. So when you see a TH, then you have to write decimals. Okay, then 2.0 plus 0.2, 0.04, and 0.003. Put all the zeros in the blank spaces, and you plus them together, 2.243. And that's how you get the next answer. Okay, 2.243. Alright, the next one, those of you who are still trying to do the shortcut. Alright, let's see whether you get the answer correct. 15 ones, so 15.0. Those of you who are trying to mentally find out what's the answer. Okay, let's see whether you are right. So 410, 0.4. 8,000 will be 0.008. Okay, then add them together. 15.0, 0.4, 0.008, plus them. Alright, and you get 15 point, oh, Mr. forgot something. Put the 0 in the blank spaces. So 15.408. And did you get the answer correct? Now, even if you get the answer correct, and you may think that you still want to use the mental shortcut, Mr. advise you not to do it, but you should be doing this. Because the easy questions, you should not be losing marks because of careless mistakes. You should lose marks because you don't know how to do. Not because you know how to do and then you do something else and you get the answer wrong. Okay, so Mr. still advise you to do this way in your schoolwork, in your school exams. Alright, now let's go to the next part of the lesson, which is your rounding off. Okay, now rounding off is quite easy, just that it becomes a decimal now. So how do you round to the nearest whole number? Now, nearest whole number means what? It means that you don't want to, you don't care about the decimal point. So if you look at the digit 1, okay, the digit 1, alright, that is your whole number, 1.5. Okay, let me just write a little bit bigger, 1.5. So when you have the decimal point, and then that's your decimal already, right? But if you don't have your decimal point and you look at the digit in front, right? The digit in front of the decimal point, that is actually your whole number, right? 1.51. 1 is your whole number already. Okay, so what do you see? You see 5, right? Then you ask the same question. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes. Then you add 1. Alright, so that will be 2. So the nearest whole number is 2. And you should not put down 2.0 because 2.0 is a decimal. You want a whole number. Alright, same thing for 7.2. So you draw a line, alright, and you look at the 2. Is it 5 and bigger? No. So you don't add 1. So it's 7. Alright, how about the next one? How about 9.9? What's the nearest whole number? So you draw a line, right, to show the to show what? To show the digit on the left side, which is your whole number. Right? Then you look at the 9 here. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes. Then you add 1 on the whole number, right? Which is 10. So now you have 10 already. And then do the same thing, right? Add 1. Do you add 1? 4 is not 5 and bigger, so you don't add 1. So that'll be 3. Okay? Alright. Another one. Okay, what do we do here? Okay, now same thing. You, right, look at the whole number, which is in front of the decimal point. Alright, or let me just write over here. Alright, you see 1.19. Look at the digits in front of the decimal point. Alright, look at the digits in front of the decimal point. And, okay, hang on. See, 1.19. Alright, so look at, this is your whole number, right? Okay, then what do you see? Now, you have 19. So what do? You look at the bigger place value, which is your 1. Is it 5 and bigger? No, it's not 5 and bigger. So you don't add 1 on the whole number, which is over here. Okay, you don't have to add 1. So your nearest whole number is still 1. Okay, one more example. Some more. 5.07. What's the nearest whole number? Right, you look at this digit, right, the bigger place value. Look at this digit, and it's not 5 and bigger, so you don't add 1. So it's still 5. Alright, some more example. Now, how about 5.55? Now, 5.55, you look at this look at this digit. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes, so add 1. That's how you get 6. Alright, and then 1.25. So same thing, draw a line to show the whole number. Alright, and then is this 5 and bigger? No, so don't add 1. So the nearest whole number is 1. So once you catch it, it becomes very fast already. How about bigger 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 decimal places. All right, same thing. Where's your whole number? Here. So this 16 is actually your whole number, right? So you look at the 7. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes. So add 1. That's how you get nearest whole number is 17. All right, how about 90.092? All right, same thing. Draw a line to show the whole number, right? Always show the whole number. And what do you see? Then look at this one. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes. So 91. Okay, so once you catch it, it's very fast. Okay, one more time. 23.456. Same thing. Draw a line to show the whole number. And then the 4, is it 5 and bigger? No. So don't add 1. Don't add 1 on the whole number. Alright, how about the last one? 73.555. Where do you draw the line to show the whole number? Over here. Alright, in front of the decimal point. And then you look at this place value. Alright, is it 5 and bigger? Yes, add 1. And you get 74. Okay, got it? Alright. Okay, so let's go to another example. Okay, now, how do we round off to one decimal place? Also easy, very easy. Now, 0.25, where do you draw the line to show one decimal place? This is your two decimal place answer. So where do you draw the line to show one decimal place? Like this, you have 0.2, right? That is your one decimal place already, 0.2. Then you look at the 5. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes, add 1. So 0.3. That is your one decimal place. Okay, next one, 1.29. So where do you draw the line to show one decimal place? Over here. And look at the digit just beside the line. So is it 5 and bigger? Yes, add 1. So 1.3. Okay, let's do a bit faster now. Now, 9.96. Where do you draw the line? Over here. And then look at the digits beside the line. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes, add 1. So 1 plus 9 is 10. Then you carry 1 over here. That will be 10.0. Now, you cannot write 10. If you write 10, that is a whole number. You want to have one decimal place. So you have to show the 10.0. Alright, if you just write 10, it's wrong because it's a whole number. Alright, next one, 3.50. What is where do you draw the line? Over here, right? To show one decimal place. And look at the 0. Is it 5 and bigger? No, it's not. So you don't have to add 1. So it's still 3.5. Alright, next one, quickly. How about 1.187? So how do you draw the line to show one decimal place? Like this. And which digit do you look at? You look at the one nearest the line. Okay, nearest the line that you draw. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes, add 1. So 1.2. Alright, next one. 5.373. Where do you draw the line to show one decimal place? Like that, right? Right, because 5.3, that is your one decimal place already. Then you look at the digit 7. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes, add 1 on the next digit. So you have 5.4. Okay, alright, next one. How about 11.054? Draw a line to show your one decimal place. And look at the digit 5. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes. So add 1. So 11.1. And the next one, 1.259. So draw a line to show the one decimal place. And the 5 is 5 and bigger. Add 1 on the next digit, 1.3. Now you can see that Mr. Tong give you a lot of examples so that it gets into your mind. Because even though you may think you know, but you can see that some months later, some weeks later, you're going to forget everything, which is very common, right? So Mr. Tong gave you more example. Hopefully, it gets into your mind and stays inside for a longer time. Okay, all right. Because once you forget, it's hard for the teachers, right? It's also hard for the tutors to go back and teach you all this again. So you're expected to know all this and try not to forget. All right. So how do you round off to one decimal place? So draw a line. Alright, draw a line, and then to show your one decimal place, then look at the 0 beside. And is it 5 and bigger? No, it's not. So it's 16.7. Alright, 90.092. Alright, 90.092. So you draw a line, right, to show your one decimal place, and look at the digit beside. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes. So add 1. So 90.1. That is your one decimal place. Alright, next one. 28.234. Draw a line to show your one decimal place and look at the digit beside. Is it 5 and bigger? No, it's not. So it's 28.2. Okay, and the next one, 123.499. Draw a line to show your one decimal place and the digit 9. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes. So it's 123.5. Okay, So you should by now should be able to understand how to round off to nearest whole number and one decimal place. If you still get confused, then I think you should play back the video again. Alright, it's not that hard to round off. Okay, last page. Rounding off to nearest hundreds, which is also which you will also find in your exam. Okay, so what do you do? Same. 0.215, draw a line to show two decimal places, which is now over here. So 0.21 is your two decimal places, right? Then you look at the digit 5. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes. So 0.22. So it's still the same, just that now you have two decimal places already. Okay, so 0.924, draw a line to show your two decimal place, and look at the digit 4. Is it 5 and bigger? No. So 0.92. Okay, alright, next one. 1.083, draw a line, right? And is 3 5 and bigger? No. So don't add 1. Alright, don't round up. Okay, next one. 3.549. Draw a line, alright, to show your two decimal place and look at this digit. Is it 5 and bigger? Yes. So 3.55. Okay, alright, let's go down. How about 1.187? Draw a line to show two decimal place and look at the digit 7. Is 5 and bigger? So add 1. Alright, add 1 and you get 1.19. Alright, next one. 5.973, draw a line, and is 3 5 and bigger? No, so don't add 1. Alright, next one. Okay, 11.554, draw a line, and is 4 5 and bigger? No, so don't round up. Okay, alright, by now I think Mr. Wang is like a robot already. So 35.259, right? Everybody should know how to do already. So draw a line. And is 9 5 and bigger? Yes, add 1. So 35.26. Okay, 35.26. Alright, and the last two. Now 16.759, you draw a line and look at the digit 9. Is 5 and bigger? So 16.76. Okay, and the last one, 90.092. What is your nearest two decimal place? So draw a line. And is it 5 and bigger? No. So 90.09. Okay, alright, so we finally come to the end of the lesson. It's supposed to be half an hour, but again, we stretch over 30 minutes. Okay, but you don't really have to play or watch through everything. Once you understand already, you can just skip the parts that you think you know and then move on to another part of the video. Alright, so you don't have to necessarily watch everything in the video, alright, because time is you have a lot of other things to do. So my videos, sometimes I will try to keep my videos short, about 30 minutes or even lesser, but sometimes it may stretch to more than 30 minutes. So what I will encourage you is you skip those parts that you know you understand. Then move on to, or skip the video to skip part of the video and go on to those parts that you need to revise, okay, or need to look at more often. Alright, so we come to the end of part 1 on decimal. Now in the next lesson, we'll be doing decimals again, and we will look at how we divide, plus, minus, divide, and times. How do we do the 4 operations on decimal? So next lesson will be definitely be shorter than this this lesson. Okay, alright, so I'll see you next Tuesday.